Welcome to Neyland Stadium, one of the biggest and most beautiful settings in all of college football. This big crowd ready to roar. They know when the Volunteers run through that tee, it's showtime. This is not your normal matchup. A battle of top 5 teams, 2 forces colliding here near the end of the season. Cannot wait for this one. Big playoff implications. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 5th-ranked team, the Tennessee Volunteers. EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Vols will kick this away to start us off. Return starts from inside. It's a fumble. The returner loses the football deep in their own territory.
Another example of taking care of the football and how big of a deal this is. Usually it's running backs in practice that are working overtime on ball security. But after this, next week, this returner might be in those drills too. Can't be trusted to return it when you can't hold on to the football.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Running out of time in the pocket. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Knocks that one right down the middle. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense gets their first crack now. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And he's tackled after the catch. And the Rebels will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Receiver in motion now. Looking to throw yet again. He's running out of time here. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. Quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
That sack makes it 3rd down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He stays alive. He's stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. Had to reluctantly settle for a field goal last time out. Really want to find the end zone here. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. That's a bullet, but it's incomplete. An important third down attempt for this offense. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. He makes the grab. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs, and also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense gets a second chance after the roughing the punter penalty. Handoff here from the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's third down for the offense. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right.
Good job here by the defense on third down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. The Volunteers churn out another first down.
Chris, I'll be honest, man. I thought on fourth down and 1, they might be just trying to draw the defense off sides, but they caught me and probably the defense by surprise as well, especially on their own side of the field. Gutsy play call right there to keep this drive alive.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
But move the sticks for a first down for this Tennessee offense, and this quarterback is really starting to throw the ball well, putting the ball in the money, and giving these receivers a chance to make plays after the catch. And I tell you, they've had some great quarterbacks, as we know, that have played in their time in Knoxville.
They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Well, that's just good, hard running by this back. And, man, they've had some good ones over the years. Go back to Jamal Lewis, who was on that 98 National Championship team. Travis Henry, Arian Foster. Boy, Chris, some big physical backs come to mind when you're thinking about the Tennessee Vols.
And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackled after a solid gain. It's enough for a first down, and that should wrap up the first quarter of play. And Kirk, it's Tennessee on top as we take a break for the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time. Can they convert on third down to keep this drive rolling? Can he make it to the marker? Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a first-and-goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no, they're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
The offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. Can they begin to click now? Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. And the Rebels will crank up the tempo. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down. And 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He picks up the 1st down, but gets drilled on the tackle. The Rebels will try to keep this drive moving. From the shotgun, here's an inside give.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
They'll hand it off. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. And the Rebels with 1st and 10 here. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Play action here on 1st down. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time. They bring him down pretty quickly here. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders of this defense. They crank up the tempo here for this important 3rd down play. Quarterback drops back. Catch made on the right side. He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down now. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. And the Rebels will look to convert here on 4th down. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Quick throw to his receiver. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Quick throw, catch made. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, look at the throw. And that catch is hauled in. They finally tackle him at the 4. That's a solid gain on the pitch and catch. 1st and goal, an opportunity to take the lead before halftime. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Makes a quick grab. Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. Tight end was wide open. How do they lose track of the big fella down there, Kirk?
I don't know. I wish I knew. The defense, to me, looks like they just were so locked in on defending the goal line, they forgot about the tight end. That'll probably be the easiest touchdown throw and catch we see of the game today.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. Extra point puts them in front by 1. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play. Pass protection, a serious issue. Another sack makes it 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll bring him down just short of the 20. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. The Volunteers will line up to punt it away. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a great one today in Knoxville so far. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this 3rd quarter.
Fair catch by the return man. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. They get the second half started with a running play.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
And the Vols keep the football on the move.
Man, that is a gutsy call to go for it on 4th down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Makes a quick catch. Breaking free at midfield. Goes out after a nice gain. A sign of life here by the offense.
A running back who can take a check down like that and turn it into a gain can be a quarterback's best friend. And it's an easy way to rack up those touches and get the ball to your playmaker in the open field.
The Vols pick up enough for a 1st down here. It's a shotgun run call. Great move in the open field. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points. 1st and 10 play coming up. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, the pass rush does a good job of chasing him out of the pocket. He's trying to buy some time looking downfield, but he better be careful being too patient. He gets hit as he throws this football, and it falls incomplete.
They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal yardage to the 9. The offense looks fired up to begin the 2nd half. That's the kind of play they needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
Applying for the touchdown on the right side. Touchdown, Tennessee. That puts them on top in the 2nd half. Well, they slowed the game down with a long, grinding drive to produce a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and you score a big touchdown, but to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense. And man, did they make that look easy.
What have they got cooked up for this 2-point conversion attempt? From the gun, he looks for an open man. Pass caught in the end zone. A successful 2-point conversion. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. And here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The Rebels will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this...
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Inside the 40. At the 20. At the 10 now. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Oh, my. What a great play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
They're set now to try the PAT. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He'll return it from inside the 5. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. Their last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. Can the defense come up with answers this time? They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Well, the offense goes with a counter play here, and the defense does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Again, you got to be disciplined on defense. Just when you think they're running on the front side, they run that counter play, and you better be home on the back side.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
And he's brought down, but it's a first down spotted near the 41. And the Volunteers come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. The shotgun running play call. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Change of pace, now looking to throw the football. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. Again, picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. This one is incomplete, right in the back corner of the end zone.
That ball just seemed to sail on. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
A gain sets up a third down play. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
And they bring him down, but that's enough for a first down as the clock runs down here in the third quarter. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. Let's see how this fourth quarter unfolds. Everything to play for here for both teams. And the long march continues. Offense pushing the ball down the field. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Pressure is coming. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Chris, hindsight obviously is 20/20, but after a really successful run on the previous play, maybe they should have gone back to the well for another run instead of this pass.
A sack sets up second down. There's the handoff. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. An important third down conversion coming here in the red zone. They'll try the right here. And the Rebels just cannot get their defense off the field.
I love it. Third down, the way this back is running, just keep feeding him the football, and he's going to come through for you. And he does here at a critical moment in his football game in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
First and goal. The offense with an opportunity for a go-ahead touchdown. Fouls. They jump in front here in the fourth.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They'll run it here. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. And the Rebels looking to run some tempo here. On first down, why not keep it on the ground?
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down, and the crowd really getting into it. Quick throw to the left side, and he's got it. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks. The Rebels are going to keep this drive rolling.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34. They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. And they'll run the jet sweep trying to get to the edge.
Boy, he was so close to getting to the outside and coming up with some huge yards. But, hey, let's give credit to the defense. This receiver is really fast. They were very, very fortunate not to give up a big play.
Snags the quick throw. Oh, and he breaks. He's got room looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. It was a foot race, and he won it.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Now the all-important extra point. And the PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Return here from inside the 15-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll start the drive. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. The quarterback's got it on the option. Doesn't even get the pitch up before they bring him to the ground. And the clock has stopped here as we've reached the final 2 minutes of play. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. So tie game, 4th quarter. They're going to go for it on this 4th down. Crucial play here. They go to the air. Oh, it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
Oh, Chris, you're in the 4th quarter. It's a tie game. and you throw an interception. Oh, my goodness. I know it's obvious, but you just got to take care of the football. It's that simple. Now their opportunity to take the lead is lost, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And the Rebels offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And it's complete downfield. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Handoff to the single back. Defense stops him short of the marker. So now it's 4th down. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So on 4th down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And they claim the lead here in the final couple minutes.
Boy, there's nothing more impressive to me than a kicker that can come through in the clutch. Gives them the lead here in the 4th quarter, but there's still time left for a final drive, so their defense will have to step up.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Let's it go quickly. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. The pocket breaking down. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. He pulls in the catch. Brought down quickly, but it's a big gain through the air. Spot the ball at the 45. The Vols begin a new series here. 1st and 10. Defense is coming after him. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. So a crucial 3rd down play. To try a field goal from here would be 53 yards. And they pick up the first on the ground. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. The pass, there's a shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. They go in front in the final minute of play.
Here we go. They take the lead. What an amazing comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to, can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go?
Extra point try coming now. PAT up and good. So the lead is 4 here in the final quarter. So after the late touchdown, they'll kick it away here and hope the defense can hold on to seal this W. And he'll just take a knee here, trying to preserve as much time as possible. They'll start at the 25. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. First down, looking to throw the football. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. And a timeout stops the clock with 8 seconds remaining. Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot. The catch is made for a huge pickup. That's a big gain, exciting play to end the game, but he's stopped short and the clock will run out. Well, right down to the end, they made the clutch plays and that made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.